Hi, water signs. We're just going to pull some cards and tap into your energy here. And then we're going to end up with a love and light message. And then I'm going to wrap up this overall reading spread with the earth. So we'll see you back there if you need to look at earth too. However, let's just pull some cards here, Lord, for Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and let's see what's going on. I also am a fellow Cancer in a way. It is my rising. However, I'm a Gemini Cancer cusp. So I have a little weird reflections in here. Look at the world. It's here for you. It's always been here for you, but now you really see the potential that you hold inside yourself here, and everything that you've gone through that's led you to this moment. It's finally here. It's finally freeing. Everything is ending for a reason by way of Mercury retrograde, which ends tomorrow. So a lot of us are being able to understand the reflections I just mentioned, right? My reflections are a little, I can see a lot of different perceptions here. And I feel like that's also the reflection of where you're starting to see from. Like, we have 4 different angles to be able to see, right? But we are the overall seer. We are the overall doer. We are the overall manifester. And so now we finally are seeing these opportunities of 111, following our intuition, our past, present, our future, and what's the true power within to be able to manifest these properly for the highest good in our favor. And it is just so beautiful because things that are ending have been meant to be ended for a reason. And as these are ending, it's more of just this emotional cleanse on the inside, I really feel. The suffering is over. There's a brand new opportunity of faith here overall. And it's just absolutely beautiful. Let's move on. Oh, in there. The Tower. Oh my gosh. I love it. Well, if there's one tower, then there's got to be many in an opposite side of the spectrum, right? Because we have those 4 overall frequencies. Within, as within, so without, as above, so below. The positive, negative, 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 positive, positive, negative. Everything that can go on within our divine feminine and our divine masculine energy. Our flesh is our tower. 2 steps before that is our temperance energy, our nervous system overall, 211, to be able to reflect and operate up our electrical prop here and go boom, 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 and up and conquer it. And so that suffering is over. It has finally been done and finished. 2 by 2 from there, we're going to have 18, which is this feminine power, the moon itself, be able to really stop manipulating us and to work with us in our favor and be able to be restoring ourselves back to our original numbers that are prescribed for us. Absolutely beautiful, because after that 2 by 2 with that moon, it's going to bring in that judgment. And that judgment is going to give us that next reflection, really, of that next wheel. And so as the world changes over, it's like a whole paradigm shift. And if we have the Tower here and how many steps that I had to divide that in order to get to the world here, I really just see this true self-love coming in. That's really where I see that at, because to have that first spectrum there in my head, I would have to be able to take acknowledgement of the backside. And the backside is the moon itself. The moon has to be restored in there first, the electron to the atom, before the overall sun can take over the control of both one more time, which is going to be the ending in the cross there and that suffering. That's beautiful. What else is here, Lord? Let's continue this on. Yeah, look at that. 2 of Wands. We did see 211 there. The division of one masculine power. But now it's 1 masculine and 1 feminine. Well, the feminine must divide herself as well, because 333, great things are coming, but the feminine must divide herself because Adam divided itself. So now that has to be reflected out. That's that world one more time over again. And then that Eve has to come back to its original owner. So Adam, electron, electron, Adam. This pyramid of you and the value of you. And now you're really seeing, look, I'm done with that. My old body, my old way, my old mindset, my own temperament, my old ego, the old challenges that I allowed myself to hold space for, I'm done. I have a brand new opportunity. All of this hurt. There's my old spiritual backbone that I got burnt, but I was able to overconquer it, and this is the souvenir that I have left. But now I have all that behind me, plus I'm able to see clearly because that third eye is in my hand, and I have a whole new start here. I have a whole new spiritual backbone. Right there to confirm it. Bottom of the deck here. Strength in the negative. There's that backside. Absolutely. The paradigm shift and strength in the negative. This just tells me that, you know, maybe you don't feel like you're strong enough, but I want you to look at this other reflection. What I can see, right? When I'm not strong enough, I'm really just choosing to see the illusion 444 in between. But I have this side to look at and this side to look at and this side to look at. And if I'm not feeling strong right now, it's because I'm not feeling strong enough to do the one thing that my tower contains, that I need to conquer But I am also not giving myself the credit for all the rest of this suffering that I continue to hold myself in, that I continue to burn myself in as I rot away because this tower is overcome. There's so much ash and smoke here, and that's why the phoenix must rise. I've had all this strength for this suffering. I have been incredibly strong to emotionally hold that, to mentally think about it, to not speak about it. That contains so much strength overall. But I would like you to have positive strength. And there's a whole nother reflection, a whole nother side of that paradigm where it's strong just to be calm and peaceful and caring, loving, kind to yourself and gentle and not hold on to anything more than you need to. Look at that. When you got strength behind you, instead of in fear of it, like you're not going to be strong enough, you've had this all along, didn't you? Because if this is here, then this would have to be opposite reflected over here. But you're only seeing this. You're only seeing the atom. You're not seeing the electron. Beautiful. One more, he said. 5 of Twos, 5 of Swords. Exactly. 5 of Twos is this Jezebel wicked spirit, which would take over your tower until you were stronger. Until in your vessel, the way that your animals, your clean spirits were loaded 2 by 2, because even Noah was directed, don't load more unclean spirits in the vessel than clean spirits, because they will become stronger. They will overtower. I meant to say overpower, but they will overpower your tower here, okay? And you will not be able to have the strength to overcome them with the power of fear, because they can resonate with that. When you're able to end the suffering for yourself and move on in faith and forward and waiting for that miracle that you've always wanted to come, it will be there once you choose to find it. You are the one keeping yourself in that tower because you're allowing that 5 and 2, this mental instability right here, to overpower you. And that is an unclean spirit, which is just these negative mindsets that you continue to project on the inside, which therefore has to be projected on the outside. This negative strength is just an illusion that the devil has placed over you by way of that negative mindset, that mental illness of anxiety. And there's cold and depressies here and just sitting on the couch a lot. And overpowering your tower is so it is such an opportunity of grace and mercy, because there's the opposite side of the reflection there. I didn't need to hold on to that. I spent too much time holding on to it. And if there's a 5 of Twos here, there's a 5 of Pentacles somewhere, which means everything that my tower can contain within its potential energy tells me that I have it stalled. I have everything stalled. I left myself out in the cold. We said cold and depressies because that 5 of Fours was coming in. 5 of Fours is judgment overall. And we saw that. 2 more from here and then 2 more from there. So 4 overall within that. Brings in that judgment. And that's an Ace of Swords in between this 4 and 2. You just have to accept so much truth that's always been there. It's been yours, and it will clear everything out. You just got to rip the sword from the stone and allow that to overconquer your tower. And look at that. The moon, and in between judgment, is the sun. And you will be restored back to your overall numbers that prescribe for you, because Adam is there. I love that so much. 9 of Swords, shut up. There's that 4 again. 2 steps of 4. 2 steps of 4 there. I see, Lord. Queen of Wands. Absolutely. It's very hard to let this old ego part of you go because you loved her for so long. But honey, that's part of your Old Testament. That's not even how you're truly supposed to operate anyway. And all she's done is take away your fucking strength. But I'm very proud of you because it's been very difficult. But you've allowed that part of you to be very difficult. You also might have a negative twin flame aspect away from you that still continues to go through you mentally. There's telepathic messages here. This also could be a negative mother or a father, or mother or aunt somewhere in the family here that just continues to just really overpower you and give you that mental anxiety. And that tower could be you choosing to not speak to them anymore and divide yourself away from them, because what's going on is that he's dividing you from what doesn't make you peaceful. But who brings you the peace? Jesus does, that hermit energy. But he's there. He's right on the back side of that strength card. You know, but the devil's around too, so gotta be careful. All right, Lord, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, love and light message here. I love it. Well, apparently you have 2. Pure and unconditional love. Speak to the earth and it will instruct you. The earth, the pentacles, your own flesh. Let the fish in the sea speak to you. Job 12:8. I love that. The fish in the sea is your inner children in your flesh and your water, sweetheart. Focus on God's love. Make every effort to keep yourselves united in the spirit, your Tower, binding yourselves together with peace. Ephesians 4:3. Love you, and God loves you more than me.